evening, everyone. Hello, hello, y'all out there? Hi, my name is Holly Ajala, and I'm so excited to be speaking with you here today. I'm a greenhouse scholar of the class of 2012, or 2016, I started in 2012, which means that as of this May, I have been a part of the greenhouse family for 14 years. I'm only like 30, so that's half of my life. Over that time, I have seen Greenhouse grow, expand, and deepen its impact. I have had the incredible blessing of being a part of the Whole Person College program, the Young Leaders program, and now as a professional in the Whole Community program as an alum in my 30s. It is not an exaggeration to say that so much of who I am today is because of Greenhouse. The old African saying goes like this: it takes a village to raise a child. And Greenhouse has always been my village. My parents immigrated from Nigeria in 1994 with $200 and their faith. I grew up in the church they founded, Kingdom Connection Christian Center, and I watched my parents dedicate themselves to a life of service. We didn't have much, but what we did have, we were taught to share. Our family motto is a simple one: we are blessed so that we may in turn be blessings. College was never a question of if, but it was a question of how. NYU was my dream school, and its $60,000 a year price tag, which is now $90,000 a year for an undergraduate degree. We didn't have $60,000, but we had our faith. You never know what days, moments, or relationships will come to shape your life. And the day that I met Greenhouse was one of those simply transformative days. My mother and I attended a financial aid fair at the Aurora Public Library, and truly, my life was changed forever. The Whole Person College program and its support not only made NYU practically possible, it helped me thrive. The flex funding bought me a laptop and paid for my student visa so I could study abroad in London. That one-time investment in flex funding literally opened the world up to me. My experience abroad helped me land an internship with the American Civil Liberties Union. My writing and research was published in student-reviewed journals. I graduated. I was hired out of undergrad. And after a few years, I even started my own business in nonprofit communications. I had the pleasure of serving clients that included the iconic Brooklyn Public Library. But as I'm sure you all know, life in your 20s is a different ballgame. The challenges that first generation students like myself don't face don't just go away. And in fact, in many of our cases, they become particularly acute. For many of us, there is no roadmap. Even with an undergraduate degree, I didn't have a concept of what was next. I didn't have an idea of where I could go or how to navigate my new reality. I really struggled to make sense of this phase of my life. Around this time, I started to seriously struggle with my mental health. Anxiety about the future was chronic. Depression was rampant. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. And it all came to a head when I survived an attack by the NYPD in my home. Instead of care, I was accosted. Instead of help, I was assaulted. So after 10 years in New York City, I moved back home to Denver, ashamed, broken, and convinced that I had let everyone down. That the investments that Greenhouse and folks like Greenhouse had made in me had been completely wasted. But then, one day, I got another email from Greenhouse. At this point, I had aged out of the high school program and I was in my 20s. And Greenhouse told me that they had launched a new initiative called the Young Leaders Program, and they'd like me to be involved. I was hesitant. I didn't feel worthy. I felt like I had let them down. But Greenhouse disagreed. I was reunited with scholars I hadn't seen in years. I learned about their wins. I learned about their challenges. I was um, matched with incredible coaches specifically chosen to guide me through this period of my life. My coaches were a breath of fresh air, and it's not an exaggeration to say they truly saved my life. They reminded me of my potential. They helped me think through the stories I was telling myself, and they encouraged me to reconnect with my purpose and gave me the tools to turn that new story and revitalized purpose into action. I was reminded of my family's motto that we are blessed so that we, in turn, can be blessings, and that my true purpose is to find a way to be of service. I decided that in the light of my previous experiences, that this new chapter of my life would require me to develop new skills. I wanted to be able to more directly advocate for the issues and communities I cared about. And in order to do so, I decided I'll go to law school. Greenhouse immediately jumped into action. My coaches helped me create LSAT study plans and generously helped edit draft after draft of my personal statements and application materials. Our dearest Andrew Poole wrote me my letter of recommendation. But Greenhouse didn't stop there. Knowing of my interest in a legal career, Greenhouse actually flew me out to Chicago to the nationally acclaimed law firm DLA Piper to share my story. Suddenly, I was in the type of law firm engaging with the caliber of attorneys that I simply would never have had the opportunity to do otherwise. Yet again, Greenhouse opened up an entirely new world. I'm really proud to tell you that I made good on that investment. I took the LSAT, I applied for law school, and I was accepted. I decided to pursue my legal education in the community I hope to serve, right here at home at the University of Denver. In fact, I actually just got here from my constitutional law final. Please cross your fingers for me. I was changing in the law school bathroom, so you know I am committed to greatness. At this point, I had aged out of the Young Leaders Program and shifted into a whole community program for alumni in their 30s. I had the pleasure of volunteering for New Scholar Selection, Greenhouse's largest volunteer effort, where community members review and interview some of the most incredible high school students you will ever meet, with except fewer than 5% selected. It was one of the most meaningful ways to experience the mission up close, and I cannot recommend the experience highly enough. Through that experience, I connected with the law firm Michael Best and its managing partner, Sean Swigler, a longtime supporter of Greenhouse who hosted finalist interviews at their office. When I was looking for a summer associate position as a part of my law school education, Greenhouse Village came through. And I'm really, really excited to share that I will be joining the 2027 class of summer associates at Michael Best in 2027 and starting my career. And I'll be starting my career at a firm that has demonstrated its commitment to the community. To Sean and the Michael Best team, thank you for believing in me. Toni Morrison said it best. When you get these jobs that you have been so brilliantly trained for, just remember that your real job is that if you're free, it's to free someone else. And that if you've got some power, it's to empower someone else. Greenhouse is that epic. So what's next? I'm about the end of my 1L year. I have 2 more finals to go. Criminal law, and contracts. I just finished up an internship with the Attorney General's Office in their Consumer Protection Unit. In the fall, I'll be interning with Federal District Judge Cato Cruz. And like I mentioned, next summer, I'll be at Michael Best. So the sky really is the limit. Maybe I'll start my own firm one day. Maybe I'll run for office. Hey, crazier things have happened. It doesn't take a one-time donation to raise a child. It doesn't even take a 4-year education to raise a child. It takes a village. At every step of the way, for 14 good years, Greenhouse has literally raised me. From a 16-year-old girl at the Aurora Public Library to the young woman standing before you today, Greenhouse has made so much of my life possible. Your support is what makes Greenhouse possible. And this community is what's going to make true, lasting, structural social change possible. Thank you for investing in this village.